everyone, this is SSI, the Squeeze Stress Index, version 1.7. SSI is a context and pressure dashboard. It doesn't predict the future. It measures when the market is getting compressed, stressed, and ready to move. What SSI measures? The SSI score is built from four main components. First, volume anomaly. It compares current volume to a moving average and calculates a volume ratio. Higher than normal volume increases the score because it usually means participation is rising. Second, VWAP pressure. SSI measures the distance between price and VWAP. The further price pushes away from VWAP, the more pressure gets added into the score. Third, compression, squeeze detection. SSI compares Bollinger band width to Keltner channel width. If Bollinger bands compress inside the Keltner channel, SSI flags that as a squeeze and adds score because compression often precedes expansion. And fourth, momentum burst. It uses a short ROC momentum check. If momentum expands fast, SSI adds score to reflect that conditions are becoming more aggressive. Optional, there's also a manual boost section meant for external data like borrow fee and shares available. Mostly useful for short squeeze style tracking. If you don't need it, just leave it off. The SSI states SSI converts the score into three simple states. Watch. Pressure is building. Setup, strong pressure and stronger conditions. Squeeze, conditions are fully aligned. These are shown with a heat map background. Yellow for watch, orange for setup, red for squeeze. There's also a confirmation filter you can enable. When it's on, SSI requires close above VWAP and volume ratio above 1.2 before it will allow a state to register. Why the signal doesn't flicker, SSI uses a state hold system, basically hysteresis. So once a state upgrades, it won't instantly flip back and forth. It holds for a number of bars depending on time frame, the ribbon and the score. The main visual feature is the score ribbon. It's stuck to price and scaled using ATR, so you can read the score visually without needing a separate pane. If you prefer the classic view, you can also plot the raw 0 to 100 score on its own scale. Quality markers. SSI can print quality markers for setup and squeeze, but with strict rules. Markers only appear after the state has been stable for a minimum number of bars. Volume ratio must be high enough. Optional slope filtering can require the score to be rising, and by default, it only marks upgrades, not repeated signals. It also uses a cooldown and a cycle lock, so you get clean markers, not spam. Alerts and info panel. SSI includes simple alerts that fire only on transitions into watch, setup, or squeeze. And in the top right, the info panel shows the time frame, the current state, SSI score, volume ratio, slope, and VWAP distance. How to use it. Use SSI as a context layer. When SSI is rising into setup or squeeze, it's telling you the market is compressed and stressed. And you can then combine that with your own entries, levels, and strategy. That's SSI version 1.7. Thanks for watching.